In the news, persons and businesses that reject old NAIRA notes will be apprehended and prosecuted, KOGI state government warns. KEBBI State Police Command warns political actors to desist from the use of youths and thugs in derailing the electoral process. South Africa deploys military personnel to hospitals as the public health crisis intensifies after medics join strike to demand better pay. Nigerian Flying Eagles arrived Nigeria in style after winning bronze at the 2023 Under-20 AFCON in Egypt. And this is the MLC TV Global News reaching you live from the city of Lokoja, the confluent state of Nigeria. I am Matthias Ayodeji Peter. Thanks for joining us. The Central Bank of Nigeria has asked commercial banks to dispense old NAIRA notes and to also receive the same as deposits from customers. According to the directives, tellers at commercial banks are to generate the codes for deposits, and there is no limit to the numbers of times an individual or company can make deposits. Confirming the development on Monday morning, March 13, 2023, Anambra State Governor Charles Soludo said that Emefiele personally confirmed the above to him during a phone conversation on Sunday night. The governor asked residents of Anambra State to freely accept and transact their businesses with the old currency note, 200 naira, 500 naira, 1000 naira, as well as the new notes. This is coming a week after the Supreme Court ruled that the use of old 200, 1000 and 500 naira notes are to remain valid till December 31st, 2023. But the silence of the federal government and CBN on the ruling had made traders reject the old currencies, despite the fact that some banks are reportedly dispensing the old notes to customers. KOGI state government has congratulated Nigerians on the historic ruling of the Supreme Court, the highest court in Nigeria, to the effect that both the old and new NAIRA notes remain legal tenders until 31st December 2023, when the old notes will cease to be legal tender. In a statement made public by the State Commissioner for Information and Communications, Kingsley Fanwo, stated the reasons the KOGI state government joined all the state governments in the country to pursue the case. Fanwo said it was to ease the hardship occasioned by the unavailability of the new NAIRA notes, which the court fully granted. What this means is that both the new and old NAIRA notes can be accepted for the purposes of transacting business till the end of this year. It is therefore unacceptable that some persons and businesses will continue to reject the use of the old NAIRA notes even after the court's judgment validating their use. Rejecting the old NAIRA notes is a clear disobedience of Supreme Court ruling. The government then gave an order that anyone who rejects the old NAIRA notes should be reported to security and government authorities for immediate action. Also, banks that refuse to accept old NAIRA deposits shall be sealed, as the state government will not accommodate financial institutions that willfully disobey court orders, more so the orders of the highest court in Nigeria. He urged KOGItes to note that since the banks are issuing the old NAIRA notes, they are bound to also receive it. The state government has therefore set up a high-powered committee to ensure full adherence and compliance to the ruling of the Supreme Court. The committee is to ensure that the people take full benefit of the Supreme Court ruling on the old NAIRA notes and ease the hardship they have been subjected to by the policy that brought so much hardship to the people. Similarly, Governor Dapo Abiodun of Ogun State has again threatened to lock up banks, stores or supermarkets that refuse to accept the old 500 and 1000 naira notes. Abiodun said he would deal with any trader or service provider that refuses to recognize the old notes as legal tender. To achieve this, the governor told residents of the state to call him whenever a bank or supermarket rejected the old notes, saying he would shut down the business center. He said the Supreme Court of Nigeria is the highest court of the land. The Supreme Court has ruled that the old NAIRA notes remain legal tender. The deadline has been moved to December 31st. Governor Dapo urged transport unions and transporters not to reject the old notes, and if they take it to the bank and it was rejected, he will collect it from them and take it to the bank himself. Commitment, prayer, investments and opportunities have been described as catalysts to achieving success in life. The General Overseer of Zion Hills Church of All Nations, Ajakuta in KOGI State, Bishop Kolawole Adebisi, made the assertion in his Sunday sermon. Bishop Adebisi said success don't happen overnight but over time, calling on all the people to revisit their diary and work towards achieving their plans. Our reporter Joshua Adinoye has the detail.
Preaching on the topic, how to achieve success in life, Bishop Adebisi told the congregation that there are other destinies tied to theirs, hence the need for them to be committed to their purpose to enable them succeed. The clergyman, however, regretted how some persons have chosen to succeed at all cost, thereby indulging in unwholesome practices, urging them to desist from such.
I employ everybody as a living soul, that we must do what we can do to see that we succeed, because there are destinies that are attached to everyone, that if you don't succeed, they themselves, they will not succeed. So we must have what is called a burning desire to succeed in a righteous way, not in a negative way. Going the other way around is evil. It cannot help our society, it cannot help our family, and it will not give us a good name.
He mentioned that men should not give up on their dreams, saying they can achieve whatever they put their minds to do.
Dream does not die if you keep it alive. And no dream without failure. No dream without disappointment. You cannot just jump into success. You will pass through a lot, discouragement, hopelessness. At times you'll be down, but that should not discourage you. You are still on the path of success. Be positive about life. Success is not a thing you get overnight. Success is a thing you do in progression. It's a thing you do that with time you begin to get results. And at the end of the day, you will glorify God.
The service featured prayers, preaching and teaching of God's word, and song ministration. I am Joshua Adinoy, reporting for MLC TV.
In our politics, the KEBBI State Police Commissioner CP Ahmed Kotongura has warned political actors to desist from the use of youth and political talks which could derail the electoral process. The CP made the warning during a meeting with critical stakeholders on election security at the police state headquarters in Benin, KEBBI. He was speaking on the heels of how to improve the security architecture before, during, and after the forthcoming governorship and State House of Assembly elections in KEBBI State. He insists that the Nigerian police and other security agencies will deal decisively with such attempts. He said the police has procured additional operational assets and manpower deployments to ensure a hitch-free exercise. Meanwhile, the CP had called on parents and guardians to prevail over their children and wards, to resist the urge of being recruited as destabilizing agents and to disrupt the election process. The CP also called on media practitioners to demonstrate patriotism and always place national security interests over and above other considerations. He asked them to resist the urge to use their platform to propagate fake news which will threaten peace and security in the polity. The Kaduna State governorship candidate of the New Nigeria's People's Party (NNPP), Suleiman Ukuyi, has condemned the actions of some religious leaders in Kaduna State that are promoting politics of religion in their places of worship. He made a condemnation at a press conference in Kaduna.
I stand upright against anyone as an individual or group that may venture to risk to tell us that the position of a ticket by its faith can deliver by any chance, by any means, better governance than the position of other tickets that are less or mixed in nature, by giving our people a better chance to have a better life through governance.
Nkuyi said politics of religion will only cause hatred and disunity in a secular state like Kaduna. He maintains that instead of disuniting the people from diverse groups, religious leaders should focus on issues that will bring about development and good governance for the betterment of the state and Nigeria by extension. Nkuyi called on the candidates of all political parties to give priority to protecting the lives and properties of the people, as well as to provide a quality health care system and education to the people if voted to power in 2023.
Our plan to face the very bad, maligned names, characters, and the society in Kaduna State, where the problem of insecurity has pervaded our lives day and night, village and urban centers, including our metropolis, need and require a total rejig, a total rethink, and a total intendment to put in place what will overhaul the security outlook of our state.
Suleiman Ukuye revealed that his party is ever ready to join forces to unseat the ruling APC out of power to rescue the state from a lack of good governance. The leadership of the Action's Democratic Party (ADP) Kaduna State Chapter has suspended its governorship candidate Sani Shaban over alleged party apathy. Acting Chairman Kaduna ADP Umar Issa disclosed this at a news conference in Kaduna.
We are aware of his nocturnal meetings before the presidential election with other parties, hence his lobster attitude towards party loyalty. Thereby, he did not support the ADP presidential candidate. I therefore wish to inform members of the party and the public, all our supporters and associates, that the party hereby suspend Honorable Mahmoud Sha'aban from the party indefinitely, and he should henceforth desist from parading himself as a gubernatorial candidate of ADP.
The acting chairman further explained that the party was surprised to discover that Sani Shaban's name is not on INEC portal as its governorship candidate.
The candidate alone knows why he kept saying he is running for gubernatorial seat, knowing fully well that his name is not on the portal, and kept organizing little campaign gatherings, but all in a hoax. The party and the campaign team has been following him, but the party, to the party's dismay, he has continued to undermine the party and his campaign team. We therefore find ourselves in a very difficult situation, such that up to now we have been unable to commence serious campaign due to lack of seriousness, preparedness, and commitment on his part.
It could be recalled that Shaban, a governorship aspirant of the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC), resigned his APC membership in November 28, 2022, after the Federal High Court sitting in Kaduna said it lacked jurisdiction to entertain his case filed against the governorship candidate of the APC, Senator Uba Sani. And now on crime. The Ogun State Police Command has rescued a journalist, Sheun Oduneye, from kidnappers after engaging them in a gun battle for almost 45 minutes. Oduneye, the publisher of Issues magazine, was reportedly kidnapped by the gunmen at Mobolafo in Ijebu-Ode on Thursday, 10th March 2023. The journalist was returning to Ijebu-Ode from Abeokuta when the kidnappers struck and attacked his Toyota Camry car at about 7:50 p.m. The abductors were said to have called his wife on phone the following morning to demand a ransom of 30 million naira before the husband could be freed. Abimbola Oyeyemi, the police spokesman, confirmed on Monday morning that the Commissioner of Police, Frank Umba, had directed the DPO of Obalende Division, SP Murphy Salami, to ensure the safe rescue of the victim. According to Oyeyemi, the team had embarked on a tactical and intelligence-based investigation that led them to Idimu area of Lagos, where the kidnappers were hibernating, waiting for the ransom. Oyeyemi said the hoodlums engaged the operatives in a shootout which lasted for about 45 minutes before they abandoned the car and took to their heels after sustaining varying degrees of gunshot injuries. The kidnappers later abandoned the victim and fled. He appealed to members of the public, especially hospitals and traditional healers, to inform police if anybody with a gunshot injury is seen in their area. We go on a short break now. We'll be right back.
Opinion, they say, is the lowest of human knowledge, but the world, the people, the actions, reactions and decisions are often patterned with opinions. The same world is characterized by different views, and decisions are sometimes judged by actions or reactions due to opinions. People, nations, and even lower animals rise against or for one another just because of their opinions. Minds are set on opinions daily. Tell me what you don't know and I will tell you. It's all about your opinion. Join me, Joshua Atinoy, on Malachite TV Online every Monday by 9 a.m. Your opinion, my opinion, if well explained and understood, will help us to build a better society. Your opinion, my opinion counts. Don't miss it.
Welcome back. On the foreign scene, people and businesses who have money deposited with failed U.S. bank Silicon Valley Bank will be able to access their cash from Monday, the U.S. government has said. President Joe Biden said the American people could have confidence that their bank deposits will be there when they need them. A statement from the U.S. Treasury, the Federal Reserve and Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation (FDIC) said depositors would be fully protected. The taxpayer would not bear any losses from the move, the statement said. SBV was shut down by regulators who seized its assets on Friday. It was the largest failure of a U.S. bank since the financial crisis in 2008. The move came as the firm, a key tech lender, was scrambling to raise money to plug a loss from the sale of assets affected by higher interest rates.
Today, thanks to the quick action of my administration over the past few days, Americans can have confidence that the banking system is safe. Your deposits will be there when you need them. Small businesses across the country, the deposit accounts at these banks can breathe easier knowing they'll be able to pay their workers and pay their bills. And their hardworking employees can breathe easier as well. Last week, when we learned of the problems of the banks and the impact they could have on jobs of small businesses and banking system overall, I instructed my team to act quickly to protect these interests. They've done that. They've done that.
Those actions also apply to Signature Bank of New York, seen as the most vulnerable institution after SVB, which came under regulatory control on Sunday.
No one, in my mind, no one is above the law. And finally, we must reduce the risk of this happening again. During the Obama-Biden administration, we put in place tough requirements on banks like Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank, including the Dodd-Frank law to make sure that the crisis we saw in 2008 would not happen again. Unfortunately, the last administration rolled back some of these requirements. I'm going to ask Congress and the banking regulators to strengthen the rules for banks to make it less likely this kind of bank failure would happen again, and to protect American jobs and small businesses. Look, the bottom line is this. Americans can rest assured that our banking system is safe. Your deposits are safe. Let me also assure you we will not stop at this. We'll do whatever is needed. On top of all of it, let's also take a look at a moment to put the situation in a broader context. We've made strong economic progress in the past 2 years. We've created more than 12 million new jobs, more jobs in 2 years than any president has ever created in a single 4-year term. Unemployment is below 4% for 14 straight months. Take-home pay for workers is going up, especially for lower and middle-income workers. And we've seen record numbers of people apply to start new businesses, more than 10 million of them, more than 10 million applications over the last 2 years starting businesses. Now we need to keep this progress going. That's what swift action that my administration over the past few years is all about. Protecting depositors, protecting the banking system, protecting the economic gains we've made together for the American people.
As part of their moves to restore confidence, regulators also unveiled a new way to give banks access to emergency funds. The Federal Reserve said it would offer assistance through a new bank term funding program, making it easier for banks to borrow from it in a crisis. South Africa has deployed military personnel to hospitals as the public health crisis intensifies after medics joined other public service workers in a strike to demand better pay. The military personnel are offering medical services in the worst affected facilities. Public workers have been protesting since Monday last week to demand a 10% wage hike, which the government has offered 4.7%. Their union has vowed to intensify the strike until its demands are met. Troops have been deployed to Tele Mogorene, Samboken and Beki Mlengene, the region's hardest hit by the strike, a local TV report quoting a health official in Gauteng province. Emergency teams are believed to have been unable to respond to some emergency calls as access to some facilities remained blockaded. Health Minister Joe Paula has said the strike had led to the loss of lives. Let's now join Jonah Malik for our sports updates.
Around sports updates, the Nigerian Flying Eagles squad arrived Nigeria in style on Monday morning after bagging the Fair Play Award and bronze medal at the just concluded 2023 Under-20 African Cup of Nations tournament in Egypt. You will recall that the Nigerian Flying Eagles finished third position at the tournament after beating Tunisia 4-0 in the third place fixture last Friday. Arriving in Nigeria on Monday morning, the Nigerian Flying Eagles squad were spotted in green hooded alongside loads at the Nigerian airport. Confirming their arrival, the Nigerian Football Federation NFF tweeted, "Welcome back Flying Eagles," alongside photos of their arrival. Meanwhile, Flying Eagles defender Austin Njoku and Solomon Agbalaka have been named among the best 11 of the just concluded CAF Under-20 AFCON in Egypt. Njoku was placed in the right back position while Agbalaka was best at left back. Njoku and Agbalaka starred for Nigeria during the competition with brilliant defensive display. Still on sports and moving to Europe, Arsenal restored their 5-point advantage at the top of the Premier League table in astounding fashion with a ruthless victory at Fulham. Mikel Arteta's side responded to Manchester City's narrow victory at Crystal Palace on Saturday night by wrapping up this win by halftime as they opened up a 3-0 lead with a devastating attacking display. Newcastle late Sunday revived their bid to finish in the Premier League's top 4 with a battling victory over Wolves at St James Park. Substitute Miguel Almiron scored the winner with 12 minutes left as Magpies ended a run of 3 straight defeats in all competitions to leapfrog Liverpool into 5th on goal difference and move within 4 points of 4th place Tottenham Hotspur, who have played 2 games more. West Ham earned a point against Aston Villa, which saw David Moyes' struggling side move out of the relegation place on goal difference. Aston Villa striker Oli Watkins continued his impressive form as he broke the deadlock with 17 minutes header from left back Alex Moreno's sublime cross for a 6th goal in 7 games. Manchester United played one man down for most part of the game after Casemiro received the red card from bottom club Southampton that leaves the midfielder facing a 4-match ban. Casemiro was dismissed after 34 minutes of the 0-0 draw for a tackle on Carlos Alcaraz, but Erik ten Hag has not ruled out an appeal. The result consolidated Manchester United top 4 position, while Southampton are effectively 3 points from safety given their goal difference with 12 games of the campaign remaining. On a sad note, a former coach of the Super Falcons, Ismaila Mabo, died in Jos Plateau State in the early hours of Monday at the age of 80 years. His younger brother, Salisu Nakande Mamuwa, confirmed his death on his social media. The late Mabo also for many years played for the national team Green Super Eagles of Nigeria alongside his late brother, Yakubu Mabo. Ismaila was the head coach of the senior women's national team at the 1999 FIFA Women's World Cup, 2000 Summer Olympic and 2004 Summer Olympic. He led Nigeria to the quarter-final of the World Cup, the team's best ever result. Mabo's burial, according to Islamic rites, will hold in Jos Monday afternoon. And that's sports update on MLC TV News. I am Malik Jonah reporting. Back to Akasta for more stories.
Thanks for the updates, Jonah. And on our entertainment news. Nigeria international sensation Thames made history earlier this year by becoming the first Nigerian artist to earn an Oscar nomination. However, Thames has failed to take home a win at the ongoing 95th edition of the Academy Awards. She was nominated for her contribution as a songwriter on Lift Me Up, one of the songs on Marvel's Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. The Nigerian singer was nominated alongside applause from Tell It Like a Woman, Diana Warren, Hold My Hand from Top Gun Maverick, Lady Gaga and Blood Pop. This is a live from Everything Everywhere All at Once, Ryan Lott, David Byrne and Mitski. Thames lost the Oscar for Best Original Song to Natu Natu from RRR, which is composed by M.M. Karavani, with lyrics by Chadro Bose and vocals by Rahal Sligon and Kala Barava. While accepting the award, Karavani sang a self-composed song in honor of Rajamouli and the entire nation of India. This is the song's third award. Earlier this year, Natu Natu won in the same category at the Golden Globes, Best Song at the Critics' Choice Awards and the Hollywood Critics Association. Rahul Sipligunj and Kala Barava performed the award-winning song on the Oscars stage, while Rihanna delivered a short movie rendition of the Black Panther theme song. In a tragic end to an energetic music concert, a South African rapper and songwriter, Costa Teach, collapsed and died at a music festival in Johannesburg. The 27-year-old was performing one of his songs when he collapsed on stage. Later, he stood up and continued his performance, only to collapse once again and died. As of now, there has been no official confirmation about his passing. After the news, several politicians, artists, celebrities and other people have expressed their condolences, including Julius Selo Malema, a member of South African Parliament. The incident took place when Costa Teach was performing at the Ultra South African Music Festival in Johannesburg. The videos of the singer performing on stage minutes before his collapse had gone viral on social media. In one of the videos shared by a Twitter user, the singer regained himself immediately after falling on stage. He even continued singing. After a few seconds, he collapsed again and he stood up. Several volunteers could be seen reaching to him for help after the incident in the video. The cause of his death is currently unknown. The rising artist of South Africa was originally known as Costa Nsumbalo, fondly called as Costa Teach. He originally belonged to Mbobela, a city located near the border with Swatini and Mozambique. He recently launched a remix song that featured US singer AFCON. His most successful single, Big Flexer, received over 45 million views on YouTube. Notably, the tragic end of a rising rap star in the country is the latest ungrateful incident in the South African music industry. A year ago, musician Ricardo Mokado, also known as Ricky Rick, was found dead from an apparent suicide in February 2022. First female to be elected senator in Nigeria, Franca Afegwa, has died at the age of 79. Afegwa family confirmed her demise in a statement issued on Sunday, March 12, 2023. Late Franca Afegwa was a native of Okpela in Etsako East local government area of Old Bende State. She was elected senator representing Bende North Senatorial District in October 1983 under the defunct National Party of Nigeria (NPN) in the Second Republic. Her political journey was, however, cut short as the military coup of December 1983 toppled the civilian government less than 3 months after she assumed office. She reportedly targeted wooing more women in Etsako to vote for her, which was a strategy that gave her a slim victory in the election against established politician John Umolu. Prior to her political career in the Second Republic, Franca Afegwa worked as a hairdresser in Lagos State. She had a tertiary education in Sofia, Bulgaria, and won an international hairstyling competition in 1977 before joining active politics in 1983. Many say her close relationship with renowned middle-belt politician Joseph Takar of Benue State, who introduced her to his party, the NPN, before his death in March 1980, led to her joining politics. A burial arrangements to be announced later by the family. May her soul rest in peace. And that's the size of our package today. If you like what we are doing, do support us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, Malachi TV. Like and follow our Facebook page, MLC TV and MLC TV 2. Instagram, MLC TV 2021. Twitter, MLC TV 1. For your event coverage, appearances on any of our programs, contributions, comments, adverts, placement, or sponsorship, please call or send SMS to any of our numbers displayed on your screen. Join Malachi TV online on weekends to watch our various programs. Saturday 7 p.m. Political Arena, Sunday 6 p.m. Women's World, and Monday 9 a.m. The Opinion. It is Malachi TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. Please be your brother's keeper to build a happier and better society together. I am Matthias Ayodeji Peter. See you tomorrow.